Feels like it's been a very long time since I've done a moto vlog. And I was also thinking about how I don't ever seem to get any video of my bike. So I just wanted to walk around it. I've added some swing arm spools so that my rear stand can lift up the rear end. I've got some frame sliders there. I've got a tank pad so I don't scratch the gas tank. I've got this little iPhone holder. I've got bar end mirrors on it. I added a slightly larger little screen onto the stock screen. There's my lovely wife. Hello, I'm recording. And this is the stock screen. And what else have I got? I got this helmet holder right here on the rear. You can hold 2 helmets. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I got a radiator cover protector in gold there. So, it's got the stock mufflers. That's one of the first things most people change on this bike, but I like them quiet. So let's go for a ride. This house straight ahead in the corner in the cul-de-sac here was vacant for months and months, and it was foreclosed on and sold, and somebody's working on fixing it up, probably either to rent it or to sell it. We got some construction going on here, some kind of utility work. They put in some 36-inch, it looked like, diameter concrete pipes. I don't know what for. We're not on sewer system here, so I'm thinking it's part of the drainage culvert system. You see some culverts along in here. This is the neighborhood we're leaving, and you know, I think in my opinion, it's a pretty neighborhood. The biggest problem with it is that the homeowners association is voluntary, and it seems like over the years most of the people here have chosen not to participate in it and not pay any homeowners association dues. And right here up ahead at the entrance to the subdivision, there's a pool and a tennis court, what they call the commons area, and the entrance sign. And without the homeowners fees, there's no money to keep that up. So the tennis court has fallen into disrepair. It's like all we can do to keep the pool up to code. And why would you have a homeowners association that's voluntary when you've got fixed expenses? That doesn't make any sense to me. It's a beautiful day. About 63 degrees. It's been cold down here. We've had several days now where it's gotten down into the upper 30s at night. I was watching a video by the Buckeye Boys, and John was showing how it was like, I think this last weekend, I'm not sure exactly which day it was, but he said this morning it's 50 degrees. And I thought, dang, up in Ohio, it's 50 degrees in the morning, and down here, it's in the upper 30s, way down south in Georgia. That's messed up. Beautiful day. I just want to take a ride down Suwanee Creek Road, my favorite local road. And just enjoy the scenery and the sensations of leaning up leaning right and leaning left and going up and going down. And even though we're just outside Metro Atlanta, it feels like we're up in the mountains. So I haven't charged the battery on the camera for a while, so I don't think it's going to last a super long time. So this won't be a long video. Just kind of a, hey, how are you all doing? I'm still alive. I'm still enjoying riding my motorcycle. And we're moving. I think I mentioned in my last video, if you saw it, I mentioned that we're moving. We haven't put the house on the market yet. We're trying to finish having a series of estate sales to clear things out, and then we'll try to clean the house up and do some little minor repairs and maintenance, and then put it on the market and start seriously hunting for some place to go to that's one floor, single story. That would be ideal, so we don't have to deal with steps. And I don't know if I've ever told y'all this, but about 5 years ago, I fell down the steps of our house. I had my arms full with a laundry basket, and I was just bopping down the stairs, not really paying attention like I should have been, and I missed a step and came down hard. And our steps have ceramic tile over the wood. Don't ask me why. I wish we don't ever do that. It may look pretty, but it's deadly if you fall down them. And I broke my leg, and yeah, and it's not my poor leg's not right to this very day. And I had to have surgery on it. They had to put a plate in there. It's right down at the very lowest part of my leg, right above the ankle. And you know, the lower leg is actually two smaller bones, and then your upper leg is the one big bone. So the outermost of those two small bones in the lower leg, that's the one that broke. It's not really the bone that the inner bone is what holds the weight, supports the weight, most of it. So I walked around on it for several days thinking that I just sprained it, and when it wasn't getting any better and it was starting to look pretty ugly, I went to the doctor and he scheduled me for surgery immediately. He said, that's a bad break, that's going to need surgery. And then it developed an infection because they gave me bad advice on how to care for the wound. And it took about 8 months to get that surgical incision area healed up. But it's all healed up now. It's just that when you have a plate on your bone in that part of your leg, there's very little muscle tissue, or I mean, it's basically just skin, and then there's the bone. And so the plate is much more noticeable than it would be in another part of your leg. So it doesn't really hurt, but I've gotten nerve numbness as a result of it. So, you know, that's the main side effect of it. But it's not debilitating in any way. All right, that's gross. I'm not talking about physical stuff anymore. This is Buford Highway leading up to Suwanee, the main business district of Suwanee, where City Hall is up ahead. Buford Highway is a long freaking road. It goes all the way from Atlanta out to the southern part of Lake Lanier. It's also known as Highway 23, and Highway 23 goes on for hundreds of miles after this. US 23.